fantastic human being. Actually, the reasoning why I got to do some photo shoots for this amazing band at Moe's, at Moe's, was I was at a Queensryche concert. Now, those of you who know me on Midnights with Moon, Queensryche is one of my all-time favorite bands that I don't know. I just absolutely love this band. Never got a chance to see them live. And for all of you guys that are listening on Midnights with Moon, you know my debates. Jeff Tate, Todd Latour, still holding strong. So we're still holding strong on that. So, but the fact that I got to see Queensryche play live at, I think it was the Oriental Theater or the Ogden, and ended up getting a signed drum head that was for sale at the merch booth that my husband Josh bought me. He's like, I know you were eyeing that. I know. It's like, I had to. And sure enough, I got the drum set, the drum head I'm looking at, and Vince Bedan, didn't know him through a hole in the wall, walked up. He said, you got the drums, the drum head. I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. It's like, yeah, And we started talking, and I was like, well, I'll tell you what. I would love to be able to interview you. I work at Colorado Media School. Not really work. I was going to Colorado Media School, still in school at the time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. Anytime. I would love to come out and see a show. So invited me out to Moe's, where you'll be.
Will be Friday night.
Yep. Good luck with that. It gets very warm in there. But I got to get some photos, do an actual photo shoot for Blizzard of Oz, and literally it's that one sentence conversation, wicked drum set. That's awesome. I was kind of buying one of those, and we got talking.
Right.
And all it took was him getting a beer and literally passing by the staircase where I was at the bar and I was at the very top, looking at this drum kit. So you never know where your connections are going to come from.
Absolutely.
But Roar was my very first local interview.
I recommend you do more.
Mm-hmm. I need to. I'm heading down to Arizona.
Denver bands.
Absolutely.
We will make sure to take care of you in Phoenix. But Denver bands, please. I'm talking to the ones that already know me. I'm talking to the ones that I'm getting ready to learn about. Mm-hmm. Please, I want you to reach out and make yourself known to J Moone. Please, what's the best way for them to reach you, Jay?
The best way you can reach me is on my Facebook, where I post all my shows for the Vault Midnights with Moon, J Moone Official, JMOONE Official on my Facebook. That is how we connected, actually.
That is. And we'll talk about that. But bands, I want you to reach out to her because she's your Denver podcaster. Mm-hmm. She needs to know you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay, I need to know you too because I need to know Denver too. But she's right here. And then seriously, go make those connections, girl.
Oh, definitely.
Go make them.
I'm having so much fun. Just I do my shows and okay, these shows are good now. Not only do I do my shows on Friday, of course I do worldwide metal, industrial, and hard rock from everywhere in the world. I showcased Eurovision's 2021 winners on my show.
Nice.
So Munchkin, if you're out there, I played your song on my show. It went everywhere. You guys rock. But absolutely fantastic music. I don't even care what language it's in. I will play it.
Yeah. So I frequently get to go sit in on practices.
Yeah, which is
I've had the Pixie with me a few times because we don't live close. We live about half hour away from each other now. Yeah. It's not as convenient for her to come with me, but she has gotten to come with me. I laugh because I call those my private concerts.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
There is nothing better. St. Madness's practice space is about 15 minutes from my house.
That's not bad.
And I will reach out to Patrick. Had a rough day at work, sir. Can I come to practice tonight? Because I can go. The camera gets left at home. The interviewer, the podcaster stays at home. The fan gets to come out.
You just hang out and listen to some music.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I will be up dancing. I will be cracking jokes in between songs with the bands. That is the one place, the one way I get to go back to being just the fan.
And sometimes when you're into that frame of mind, it's nice to sit back and not have a camera going, a mic going. Just sit and listen, you know?
It's
100%.
That I take less videos now than I used to. I used to get at least 3 videos per band, per show. I take less now because I stopped enjoying the shows.
Exactly. One thing that I've noticed, back in the 80s and 90s, before cell phones, the whole work became a staple. Mm-hmm. Everyone was up there with their lighters.
Yeah.
Now everyone's there with their phone. You're just like, we gotta get back to like the old school roots of going to see shows.
Yeah. Right.
You're missing it all.
Well, I'm fortunate. When I do my shows, I happen to, in most of the shows that I go to, whether it's my show or not, I bring the Pixie with me.
That is my next question. How did you two meet? I know you kind of like to stay in the background a little bit because, we want to learn more about who is Pixie as well.
She isn't Pixie. She is the music Pixie.
The music Pixie, which you just recently got a tattoo on your leg.
She did.
I did.
It's well done. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Chad does incredible work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Last October, I started going to shows, and I seen on Facebook Larry, so she reached out because she seen me connected with some of the other music.
Actually, you reached out to me.
Yeah, I reached out to her, and I liked, I friended her on Facebook and started stalking her because she started putting out this great music and everything. I'd go do something to get off of, I gotta get on Facebook, I'm missing something. And then she'd sneak something right out there, and I'm like, you gotta stop because I can't go do anything. Every time I go to go do something, you're pulling me back in to listen to this music and these bands. And so she had a show over at one of our bars, the Starlight, and I went and met her. And
it wasn't my show. It was a show put on by another promoter.
Yes.
And it was in October. I want to say it was either the 24th or the 26th. It was that Saturday. St. Madness was there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And
you know what chaos ensued.
So I of course was going to be there because St. Madness. And at the same time, my former co-host and I were actually getting ready, building, promoting, selling tickets for what was going to be my first big show. Mm-hmm. We were renting out Club Red. Big show.
And I've heard of Club Red, and if you guys have not heard of Club Red,
it's bigger than Ogden.
Yes.
It's 2 rooms. The small room, I want to say, holds 350, and the big room holds 750.
So that's a considerable space.
Mm-hmm.
And we had rented out the big room. We were ready to put on a show. We were calling it My Bloody Valentine because it was February 13th.
Nice.
So it did not interfere with men taking their women out. Nope, I wasn't going to mess with that one. I know better.
Well, some people like to have the macabre on Valentine's Day. I myself am a fan of the strange and unusual. Points if you know where that is from, no Googling.
So we had this huge show, and she showed up at the Starlight Lounge in Glendale, where I was going to be because of the St. Madness show, so that she could A, meet me, and B, buy tickets from me for the February show.
Nice.
And well, unfortunately, 2 weeks, a week and a half, somewhere between a week and 2 weeks, before that show, we got word from Paul, the owner of Club Red, that he was shutting the doors.
Yeah.
COVID killed it.
Yeah.
And that has been the story for so many places. And I'm going right back to Ontario Hall, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
guys,
that's happening as well.
Yeah.
Fans, you need these venues.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to have a place to go hang out and hear your bands. Please go support the local venues. Bands, you need venues so that you have got a stage to play on. And I know what it means for each and every one of you to take that stage because I'm friends with enough of you. I've heard it. I've seen it. Please support the local venues. None of us can afford to lose, and I don't care what state it's in, none of us can afford to lose another venue.
At the end of the day, if we don't promote independent music, independent artists, because they, in my opinion, have suffered the most. With all the doors closed down, they have nowhere to play.
Yeah.
Right.
Nowhere to play.
And we just sat down with Mob Forbid last night.
Oh, how was that?
It was fun. Oh my God, that was fun. So many different personalities packaged in one band.
Yes.
And they managed to make it work.
Nice.
And
that's the best kind.
Right. The interview was hilarious. I had a lot of fun poking fun at different people at different times. But they were talking about COVID, during COVID and during the shutdown, and how hard physically, mentally, emotionally it was on them.
Yeah.
They weren't even practicing.
And that is if you're not even practicing, that shows how isolated the pandemic has made, I'm part of that.
Right.
I feel that it's like, whatever. Everyone has like, what did you do? I built a deck this weekend. Did you? What did you do? I slept.
Yeah.
I slept for a year, almost, it seems.
Right.
And I had a job that I still had to get out and go to work every day. I still interacted with people every day.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit me as hard. Did I miss my friends? Did I miss my music? Oh, Jesus, yes.
We all do.
So any chance that one of the bands were practicing, if they invited me, I went.
Absolutely. It's like, sweet, I'm here.
I was still putting out my podcast, but it wasn't the same. I couldn't do my interviews, but I was still putting out the Bands of the Beat, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as going out and seeing these people that have become friends, if not family.
Yeah. Because they become family after a while.
They do. They do.
Yeah, the whole music scene becomes one big family if you visit them enough.
Well, and I know I have said it a few times. There's a word I'm trying really hard to take out of everybody's vocabulary. It's the word scene.
Yeah.
Scene is very closed.
Yeah, you're right.
I try and remember to use the word community.
Yeah.
Because community is open, it's inclusive, and from my experience in our music community in Phoenix, as well as what I've learned of the Denver music community, they are very welcoming.
100%. Because it's people like yourself that want to showcase, want to promote.
Right.
And because of that, people are like, oh, what do you mean? What do you want in return? That's the mentality that we kind of need to branch away from.
And I get it a lot. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell a story, and I don't want it to cause a negative opinion on, and a matter of fact, I'm just not even going to say the name of the person I had the conversation with. But I will tell the story. Last December, St. Madness signed on for a show that was also a toy drive for Toys for Tots.
Okay.
I had a little extra money. So I took that $100 and I went and bought toys. Well, it was a toy drive.
Of course. Yeah.
And I met up with St. Madness. I was riding with them because it was one of our venues that's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's called Cresty Palms. And so I rode with them while I put the bags in the back of Steve's truck so that we had room in the front of the truck. Got out, went to pull the bags out, and Patrick looked at me and he said, "Did you bring those?" And I said,